So we're all looking for happiness, no? For some people, happiness always seems to be around the corner. We'll do this one thing and then we'll be happy. We'll buy this one thing and then we'll be happy. We'll achieve this body weight and then we'll be happy. We'll spend years and years studying for a career we think we want, only to end up in a job we fucking hate. Why does this happen? It's pretty simple actually, because we don't know what the fuck it is we want. But what if there was some type of guidance system that we could turn to in order to live the kind of life that our soul was craving, that was in alignment with our highest self and our highest path? A life path where we of course have total free will, but still know of certain elements that are inherent in our soul's blueprint that help us navigate our path and discover what we're truly here for, and by extension, what will truly make us happy. In this episode, I'm going to tell you all about soul levels, and by the end of it, you'll know exactly where you are on your soul's journey. So think of it like this. Ancient texts have told us that there are three planes of existence. There's the physical plane, the astral plane, which is the world we go to when we die. Think of it as a halfway station. And the causal plane, which is where we go when we've resolved most of our karma and completed all our incarnations on the physical plane. So what happens after this plane is where we go on to be united with source consciousness. So the purpose of this universe is expansion, and therefore the purpose of every soul is expansion as well, because we're part of the universe. And for the soul, the way to expand is to experience life on the physical plane. This is the only way the soul can expand. So in order to evolve, a soul has to leave universal consciousness and take on a physical body. An incarnation, as we call it, in which it will play a temporary game on this earth. The soul will not only do this once, but it will do this a number of times, a chain of lives, if you will, during which it will be exposed to different things that will serve its evolution and its eventual reunification with universal consciousness. So there are various teachings that try to explain this journey of the soul and the stages it goes through before its unification with source consciousness. Some of the teachings are contained in various texts. The work of Theosophists is interesting in this respect. The work of Leadbitter is really interesting, and some of them come in the form of psychic messages people receive from the astral plane or the causal plane that communicate some of the details to them. Today, I'm going to give you the information contained in Ainsley MacLeod's book, The Instruction, Living the Life Your Soul Intended. So what happened is that Ainsley MacLeod received these messages psychically from his uncle, who had passed on and who was in the astral plane. So his story, which he gives in his book, is quite interesting. I recommend you check it out. So before I share with you the levels, I need to clarify, as the author clarifies in the book, that your soul age is what it is. It's neither good nor bad, and an old soul is in no way better than a new soul. So there are 10 levels of soul evolution according to MacLeod. Each level may take from 5 to 20 incarnations to complete, and once each major lesson from one life is absorbed, it becomes a permanent milestone of the soul's experience, the soul's evolution, and the soul moves on to the next level. It's kind of like a video game, actually, which is pretty cool, I think. So these are the soul levels. Level 1. If you're a level 1 soul, you might be a little apprehensive about the modern world and feel more comfortable living in small communities, for example, and simple cultures where you will actually relearn some basic life skills that will support your next incarnations. You might be apprehensive towards technology, for example, or your language skills may not be that evolved because this is the first time you're basically using them. Level 2. If you're a level 2 soul, you might see the world as a hostile place and in rigid terms as black and white or good and bad. You might adhere to strict laws. You usually feel that your religious views are the only valid ones. You may have a mistrust of other people, a discomfort with sexuality, or you may subscribe to notions like misogyny, racism, conservatism, totalitarianism, and so on and so forth. So level 3, if you're a level 3 soul, you have an emotional rather than a rational compass to steer you. You strongly need to belong to a community, a religious group, maybe, or a family. You just want to fit in. That's what you crave, is fitting in. You feel that as long as you work hard, do some socially approved activities, and never upset the status quo, everything will be fine. This is your world, basically. The word here is conformity. You might be drawn to nationalism if you're level 3, for example. You might feel that the country that you live in is the most important thing, and you might be able to defend it, and that is like a highest calling for you. Level 4. Level 4s are all about expansion. They want to achieve. So they might be career-oriented, for example. They want their children to do well because they think their successes will reflect well on them. Level 4s may end up with a gambling problem or a drug addiction, and their first reaction is to always deny they have a problem. So this level is all about external achievement. They try to be better. They might come from poorer backgrounds, and they might want to move ahead in the world. This is their situation. Level 5. If you're a level 5, you might be dynamic. You're trying to push things forward, and you fully embrace the world. Your mission on this level is exploration. You may love the excitement of politics, for example. You may love the intrigue, or you may think that war doesn't indeed solve problems between nations. Power and possibly status is your aphrodisiac, and you may feel drawn to large corporations or to Wall Street or the corporate world, and you have little time for introspection. You don't basically go inside. Level 6. At level 6, souls start to evolve from young to old. If you're watching this video, you're probably level 6 and above. The directive here is to pursue self-knowledge and understand purpose. If you're a level 6, you might question everything. Skepticism is a key word at this level. You start to feel that what authority figures are trying to feed you is not quite how the world is. You may begin to find materialism shallow, for example, but you're still searching. You're constantly searching for that something more, something greater than yourself. You're starting to feel acceptance at this level because you've been around in different cultures and different places in the world for a few incarnations, a lot. So you know what it feels like, and you feel that subconsciously, like it's imprinted on your soul already. So you start to feel the interconnection between everything and everyone. If you're a level 7, you're tapping into genius. You feel drawn to creativity. You're creating inventions, masterpieces, works of art. You're creating music, you're writing novels, and you're making new discoveries and contributions to the world. You're creative, inventive, and curious, but after this level, this drive is going to start diminishing. But at this level, you're starting to delve deeper into yourself and discuss and maybe analyze the inner world through your creativity. You're interested in the arts, especially groundbreaking stuff, and you're constantly creating, constantly inventing stuff. Level 8. If you're a level 8, you're using emotional intensity in relationships to explore your inner world. You feel the need to create a better world, and maybe you're actively interested in the welfare of others. You get involved in charities, for example, or do activist work. The illusion of the world is starting to wear thin and you're becoming more connected to the soul world, but you still feel this need to like actively contribute to various issues surrounding you. Level 9. If you're a level 9, this is your time to work on all personal issues, confronting shadows, phobias, possible addiction from this lifetime or past lifetimes. Self-development and growth is your keyword. You're resolving past life issues, and this may take you several lifetimes here. Spirituality starts to gain an immense importance on this level. Your consciousness starts to develop, and you have already moved past religion, right, which is a rigid structure, to contemplative practices that will connect you to the universe in a profound way. So McLeod says that level 9, the people who are on this level run the risk to become totally preoccupied with their own issues to the exclusion of things like their career or their social circle. They start to go inside more. Level 10. Level 10s are basically ready to retire. Conventional ideas of success totally drop away from them. If you're a level 10, you're probably living a quiet life, doing work you love in the hope that you're contributing to humanity at large. You're possibly highly talented, yet you lack the drive or ambition to pursue it within the conventional structures of the world. This is because you've had so many lifetimes of achievement behind you that you feel you've done and seen it all before. If you've been heavily influenced by younger soul parents, you might still be questioning your core values and be unsure of yourself. As a level 10, you may abandon a successful career to pursue something that interests you, despite a big drop in income, for example. You're probably interested in fairness, peace, and freedom. As you're so close to universal consciousness, you see everyone as part of yourself. So these were roughly the descriptions given by Mike Leod in his book, and I bet you can already tell which soul level is most resonant to your personal experience. I do recommend you read the book, however, for a more in-depth analysis, because it's not only soul age that determines your experience in this world, but what he does is he also describes soul type, past life fears, and talents that are also part of what your soul is here for. So this is it for this video. Drop a comment down in the comment section and let me know what soul level you think you are. I'm interested in hearing your take in all of this. So I'm going to pin a comment with what I think my soul age is, and let's take it from there. I'm sending you love. May you be happy, peaceful,